Welcome to The Note, I'm Mica. It looks like Ubisoft decided to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of its MMO light shooter, The Division, with, well, an announcement for The Division 2. Ubisoft and developer Massive Entertainment said in a statement, "When we released our game in 2016, it was clear to us that it was just the opening chapter of a much bigger saga. So we're excited to share more with you today about what awaits you in the Division universe next. We are very pleased to announce that we are currently working on Tom Clancy's The Division 2. According to the announcement, it'll be using an advanced version of the Snowdrop engine we saw in the first game. More information about the game and its first look will be available at this year's E3. On top of all of that, they also said support will be ongoing for the first game with an Xbox One X update arriving soon. I know, I'm excited to jump into The Division 2. Are PS5 dev kits already out in the wild? I can't believe PS5 is the thing that just came out of my mouth. And if true, would indicate the PS5 is maybe a little bit closer to release than people realized. Of course, that's a pretty big if, considering the source. This rumors comes from Marcus Sellers, a video games writer who's had a fairly spotty record as of late. Yeah, definitely take this one with a grain of salt, or like a salt shaker full of salt, but Sellers is saying that PS5 dev kits went out to third-party developers earlier this year. That would mean that they've already been out in the hands of first-party developers for quite some time, and it could point to a 2019 or 2020 release, which is a timeline other insiders and analysts have been speculating about for the last year or so. A couple of weeks ago, gamers were a little curious about Sega tweeting out pictures of a recent visit some of the company made to Microsoft, prompting a tiny bit of speculation about a potential partnership on some upcoming project. However, that speculation is ramping up even more now that a second major Japanese publisher is doing the same. This week, Capcom's official Twitter posted photos of Microsoft headquarters as well. Is this a sign of Microsoft making a big push for more exclusives from Japanese publishers, or some kind of backwards compatibility announcement? Routine visits? Well, we might have to wait a little bit to see if this is the start of anything worthwhile, but maybe this means Microsoft will have something fun to show off at E3, or everyone's just reading way too much into this and we get nothing. Either one. Nobody really knows what Retro Studios is working on for their next game just yet, even though speculation for a long time was that Metroid Prime 4 was going to be that project, but that gig seems to have been picked up by Bandai Namco thanks to recent reports. But now, we might have a few tiny little details about what type of title they are making. These details come courtesy of the LinkedIn pages of several writers at the company, discovered by users on Reset Era. Their updated resumes on the social media network now include mentions of supplemental prose writing, non-linear storytelling, and an emphasis on the player's experience in the world and the story. Some fans have also wondered if Retro was working on a new Donkey Kong title, but well, that would be some pretty serious writing going on for Donkey Kong. Like a Donkey Kong RPG. Wait, I'd play that. Also, speaking of Donkey Kong, it looks like we might have a new-ish patent from Nintendo regarding that game. A patent filed back in August of 2017 has been discovered showcasing those Donkey Konga drums that we all remember looking at in Target with no intention of buying and just slamming on them a little bit. Interestingly enough, the same patent also displays a keyboard attachment for the Switch, so you can talk trash to all those people you can't play online with yet. Considering all the other attachments available for Switch, these two seem like the most obvious things they could have added, so let's get Donkey Konga back, Nintendo. I want it. Please. Happy International Women's Day, everyone! We are celebrating here at Rooster Teeth with a special stream throughout the day, which will be ending pretty soon after this video goes up, but even if you didn't tune in, there are plenty of ways the games industry is celebrating. PlayStation, for one, is offering a free theme featuring several of its heroines, including Uncharted's Chloe Frazer and Nadine Ross, Horizon Zero Dawn's Aloy, and The Last of Us's Ellie. Total War developer Creative Assembly invited several young ladies to a gaming workshop recently as well, and published a video about that. Plus, others like Bethesda have been tweeting out support, and we are sure there will be other cool things going on throughout the day. The day is still young while we are filming this. Oculus Rift users might have noticed that their headsets recently just stopped fucking working, but the company says it's a fixed issue. The glitch was part of a huge technical snafu that left Rift users unable to use their headsets due to an expired security certificate, and it affected all Rift headsets, so yeah, it was a pretty major bug. Oculus scrambled to identify the issue and deal with it, and finally this morning they put out a software update that fixed it. The company thanked their users for their patience, and to make up to the users who were affected, they're offering them $15 in store credit. So go out and buy some cool VR games with that $15. An anti-cheat update from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is having a pretty serious side effect. Lots of players who swear they aren't cheaters say they're getting banned from the game for seemingly no reason. Some took to Game's subreddit to complain, but luckily many say that they're now able to get back on the game. Developer Bluehole says that the update is temporarily preventing some players from accessing our game. It added, "Please accept our apologies. We're working on a fix as fast as we can." The update is the latest in a series of efforts that Bluehole is implementing to try and combat cheating, and in January the game banned 1 million players, which gives you an idea of just how big the issue is. Pickup game Super Seducer launched today on Steam, but it has been blocked by Sony on the PlayStation 4 digital store. PlayStation told Motherboard that it won't be selling the game, which presents players with a number of pickup scenarios and encourages them to choose from a number of options to try and seduce their target. You might remember that we wrote about this game recently after its creator filed a DMCA takedown against a YouTuber who made an unflattering video about the game, but since then, the video has returned to YouTube. The game is still available on Steam, but yeah, pretty much everyone agrees that it's bad. Gross. Don't buy it. It looks like Hellblade could be headed to the Xbox One. Previously, the well-regarded Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice has only been available on PC and the PlayStation 4, but apparently the Taiwan Game Software Rating Information Board recently posted a rating for an Xbox One version. Oh, and a new rating for the game also popped up on the Australian Classification Board. Developer Ninja Theory hasn't said anything yet, but those are two encouraging signs. The game released last year, and it features a Celtic warrior who's on a quest following the death of her family. It was well received by critics, and the PC version got an 83 on Metacritic. The Star Wars live-action TV show is being prepped for Disney's upcoming Netflix-style streaming service, and it just landed a big get. Jon Favreau, who will produce the show for Lucasfilm and contribute to what the company promises will be a diverse group of writers and directors as the show progresses. Not only did Jon Favreau pretty much kick off the MCU as we know it with Iron Man, he's also been a key member of the Disney family, having directed The Jungle Book, and is currently hard at work on a photoreal adaptation of The Lion King. It was also worth noting that he was one of the final contenders to direct Episode 7 and lost out to J.J. Abrams. With his history, it's no surprise that he was a top choice for Lucasfilm to bring their Star Wars TV show to life. Michael Bay called it quits on the Transformers series and is now moving on to different things. Kinda. Variety reports that Bay will be taking over directing duties on Robopocalypse. Previously, Steven Spielberg had the rights and was planning on directing the adaptation of Daniel H. Wilson's best-selling book about humanity trying to survive after the robots take over. Yeah, Robopocalypse is a goofy title, but the book is actually pretty good, told in the same oral history / character-driven way that World War Z made famous. Since Michael Bay is the one creatively leading the project, now it's a safe bet that the action will be the main focus of the characters, not so much. But maybe the Transformers films burned him out on that stuff. So that's a big maybe, but anything is possible. We'll probably just see a lot of explosions. Yeah. Personal assistants like Siri and Alexa are supposed to be helpful and do things like set an alarm or queue up a song for you. They shouldn't be fucking terrifying. But that's what happened after a glitch in Alexa, Amazon's personal assistant, made it laugh periodically for no reason. Needless to say that some owners were freaked the fuck out and some posted clips of Alexa laughing on Twitter. Finally, Amazon figured out what the deal was. It was due to the devices mistakenly hear the phrase, "Alexa, laugh." An Amazon representative told CNET that they changed that trigger phrase to, "Alexa, can you laugh?" And now, instead of just laughing immediately, Alexa responded with, "Sure, I can laugh," before chuckling. So that's good, and now maybe we can all sleep again without being woken up by a cackling personal assistant, but probably not once again the robots are going to come kill us all. So that's all the news we have for you today. Remember, comment on any of your favorite stories in the comments below, and for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Well, that's what one rumor monger is claiming, and if true, would indicate PS5 is maybe a little bit closer to release. A couple of weeks ago, gamers were a little bit curious about Sega tweeting out pictures of a recent visit of some of the company, Zero Dawn's Aloy, The Last of Us's Ellie, wow, I thought that list was gonna go on longer.